cups between our hands. Nothing special filled the air. Still it felt like something planned. People came and people left, while the hours slipped away. Funny how an ordinary room could make the world feel far away. Maybe it was how you smiled without trying to at all. Maybe it was something small that made the morning feel so full. Before the coffee got cold, we forgot to watch the time. Every little word you said stayed somewhere inside my mind. Nothing had to happen here. Nothing needed to be told. Funny how a life can change. Before the coffee got cold, sunlight slowly crossed the floor, finding places we had been. You were talking about your day, like I'd always listened in. Outside buses came and went, people hurried through the rain. But inside this little place, everything felt slow again. Maybe years from now I'll pass this quiet little street, and somehow I'll still remember how that morning sounded sweet. Before the coffee got cold, everything felt calm and new. Looking back, I think that day quietly began with you. Nothing had to be forever. Nothing had to be controlled. Some memories begin so softly. Before the coffee got cold. The city moved around us slow, like it knew we'd lost the time. Every corner, every street somehow felt like yours and mine. You were laughing at a story I'd already heard before. Funny how it sounded different hearing it once more. The sun leaned low across the road, painting everything in gold. Nobody was calling us, nowhere else to go. The afternoon stayed with us long after it was gone, like the echo of a song you keep quietly holding on. We never tried to make the moment something more. Still somehow I knew I'd remember it for sure. We stopped beside a little shop just to look around inside. Didn't buy a single thing, still I'm glad we stepped inside. every little ordinary thing felt brighter than before. Maybe happiness is hiding in moments we ignore. If tomorrow comes too quickly, let's pretend it doesn't know how beautiful today became by simply moving slow. The afternoon stayed with us even after daylight flew. Sometimes all a memory needs is one quiet day with you. We weren't talking very much, just letting footsteps fill the air. Leaves were dancing down the street like they knew that we were there. You looked up to watch the sky as the evening turned to gold. And somehow that simple moment felt too beautiful to hold. Nothing happened all at once, nothing loud or out of place, just a quiet little feeling written softly on your face. You looked up and everything changed. Not the world, just the way I saw it. The light was always there, I just never knew it would look this warm, standing next to you. Cars kept passing, people smiled, someone played a song nearby. Funny how an ordinary day can quietly redefine your life. If I never find the words, maybe that's okay somehow. Some feelings bloom so gently, they don't need explaining now. You looked up and everything changed, not because the sky was new, but because I was with you. Some stories never start with fireworks above. Sometimes all it takes is looking up. The station wasn't very loud, just footsteps fading one by one. You drew little circles on the bench while laughing at the setting sun. A train arrived and left again, people disappeared from view. Funny how I never cared as long as I was there with you. Maybe time was being kind, maybe evening holding on to little moments before they slipped away. Let's miss the next train, just this once tonight. The world can keep on moving, we'll be here a while. Nothing needs explaining, nothing has to change. Maybe all we really need is one more moment to remain. The lights began to softly glow across the quiet platform floor. You look somewhere beyond the tracks, like you'd been there before. The breeze carried a distant song somewhere underneath the sky, and somehow every passing second made me wanna stay a little while. No promises between us, no perfect words to find, only quiet little seconds turning into something kind. Let's miss the next train, if only for tonight. Some memories are written without a reason why. Nothing has to happen, nothing needs a name. Maybe this is how forever finds us for a day. Years from now I might forget which station this had been, but I'll remember how you smiled when the evening settled in. Some places stay inside your heart long after you have gone, not because they're beautiful, but because of who was there. Let's miss the next train, the night can wait for us. Some stories never ask to be more than they are. If tomorrow comes too quickly, I'll still be grateful then for the quiet little miracle of missing one more train. The rain arrived without a sound, just tiny circles on the street. You opened up your little umbrella and walked a little close to me. Cars rolled slowly through the lights, people hurried to get home. But somehow in that gentle rain I'd never felt less alone. No one filled the silence first, no one searched for perfect lines. Some conversations happen best without a single word. Sometimes the quiet between our words said more than we could say, like the rain knew how to write everything we couldn't explain. Nothing felt unfinished, nothing felt too far. Sometimes love begins inside the quiet that we are. You smiled while watching little drops race each other down the glass, then looked at me for just a second, like you hoped the day would last. The world kept spinning all around without asking where we'd be. Funny how a rainy afternoon could feel like destiny. If every memory has a sound, maybe ours would simply be raindrops falling softly, keeping perfect company. The quiet between our words stayed long after we were gone, like a melody still playing after all the music's done. Nothing had to promise, nothing had to prove. Some hearts each other in the spaces that they leave. Years may blur the streets we walked or every cafe that we knew, but I remember how the rain made the whole world fade to you. Some days don't become important until they're far behind. Then suddenly you realize they changed your life with time. The quiet between our words still echoes in my mind, like a photograph developing one gentle shade at a time. If I ever lose my way, I'll think back to that afternoon where silence wasn't empty, it was simply filled with you. The traffic light turned softly green. People crossed without a sound. We walked beside each other slow as autumn leaves fell to the ground. You brushed your hair behind your ear. The wind was playing with the trees. Nothing in the world stood still except the beating inside me. Maybe it was accidental, maybe it was meant to be. Funny how the smallest moments can become eternity. When our hands found each other for a heartbeat in the crowd, no one else could ever hear how my quiet world got loud. Nothing really happened, nothing anyone could see, but everything was different from that tiny touch to me. You kept talking like before, like nothing new had come along, while I was trying not to smile, listening to every word. The evening wrapped around the streets, golden lights began to glow. Funny how 1 second changed everything I come to know. Some feelings never asked permission, they simply find a place to stay, like sunlight reaching through a window at the ending of the day. When our hands found each other, everything became so clear. Not because you held on tightly, just because you were so near. No promises were spoken, no forever in the air. Sometimes love begins so softly you don't notice that it's there. Years from now I may forget the clothes we wore that afternoon, but I'll remember how my heart learned a different kind of tune. Some memories don't shout your name, they whisper from inside, waiting for a quiet night to come back into your life. When our hands found each other, time forgot to move along. Some moments never leave your heart, even after they are gone. If I close my eyes tomorrow, I'll still find that little scene where the smallest touch became the biggest change in me. The river carried shades of gold as daylight slowly slipped away. The city softened all around like it had nothing left to say. We walked without a destination, following the fading light, holding on to little moments before they disappeared from sight. Maybe every beautiful thing knows exactly when to leave. That's what makes us treasure it more than we can ever speak. I wish this evening would stay just a little longer now, like a song that isn't ready for its final verse somehow. The sky is slowly changing, but I'm not ready yet. Some moments feel too precious to become a memory. Streetlights flickered one by one along the quiet riverside. You pointed at the distant stars beginning to arrive. The air grew cool around our hands, the world became serene, and every passing second felt too beautiful to leave. Maybe happiness is simply this, not wanting time to run, watching ordinary moments turn into beloved ones. I wish this evening would stay, like the glow upon your face, like the reflection on the water, drifting softly into place. Nothing lasts forever, I know that's always true, but tonight I wish the world would pause itself for you. One day this will be a story told by photographs and light, but stories have to start somewhere. Maybe they begin tonight, not with grand declarations or promises we make, just two people hoping evening might take a little longer to fade. I wish this evening would stay, though I know it cannot do. That's the funny thing about beauty, it keeps moving through. Still I'll carry every color of this quiet summer sky, and the way you made an ordinary night feel impossible goodbye. The streets were almost empty now. The shops were closing one by one. We kept talking as we walked, like we weren't ready to be done. The air was cool, the night was clear, the city glowing soft and blue. And every time I looked away, I somehow looked right back at you. Maybe it was in your smile, maybe in the way you stayed, long after there was any reason to keep walking anyway. You knew, didn't you, the way my heart would change every time you turned around and said my name. I never found the words, but maybe I didn't need to, 'cause every quiet moment was already speaking for me. A bus went by, the lights moved on, the world kept following its plans, while we kept finding little reasons not to say say goodnight just yet. You pointed at a window light high above the avenue, and I remember thinking then how easy it felt being with you. Some feelings don't arrive all at once, they settle in like evening rain, until one day you realize nothing feels the same. You knew, didn't you, before I understood it too, before the pieces slowly found the shape of something true. I never made a promise, I never drew a line, but somehow every step that night brought your world close to mine. What changed that day? I wouldn't know what I should say. No fireworks, no grand surprise, just your reflection in my eyes. Maybe that's the way it happens, maybe that's the way it's meant to be. The biggest moments in our lives often arrive quietly. You knew, didn't you? The answer hiding in plain sight, somewhere between our laughter and walking home that night. No confession was required, no perfect timing to pursue, because before I ever said it, I think you knew. Your apartment lights were glowing just beyond the little trees. We had walked the whole way slowly, like we were afraid to leave. The night had settled all around us, the city finally growing still, and every second felt suspended between a maybe and a will. I knew the moment wouldn't wait forever, I knew the silence couldn't last. Sometimes your future stands before you, disguised as something small and fast. Before I said anything, before the words could find the air, there was a heartbeat in the quiet and a feeling everywhere. The world was holding its breath, the moon hung low above the street. Before I said anything, you were already looking back at me. You tucked your hands into your jacket, smiled and looked down for a while, like you were listening to a question neither of us could reconcile. A car rolled slowly past the corner and disappeared into the dark, and all at once I understood some moments only ask for heart. Maybe courage isn't shouting, maybe it arrives this way, standing in an ordinary moment, choosing not to walk away. Before I said anything, the answer lingered in your eyes, like a story nearing its ending. Before the final line arrives, no fireworks above us, no orchestra in the sky, just two people finding bravery in a quiet goodbye. Years from now I may remember the streetlight shining on your face, the cool night air between us, and how the world seemed to slow its pace. Not because everything was perfect, not because we knew the end, but because for one small moment fear and hope became best friends. Before I said anything, before tomorrow could begin, there was a beautiful uncertainty waiting underneath my skin. And if I had to live that evening 1,000 times again, I'd still stay there beside you before I said anything. The porch light painted golden lines across the quiet evening there. You smiled and said it's getting late, but neither of us moved from there. The wind grew softer through the trees, the night wrapped gently around the town. Funny how the smallest pause could slow the whole world down. There were thousands of perfect words I could never seem to find, so I held on to the simplest one that had been living on my mind. Stay a little longer if the night doesn't mind. We don't have to chase tomorrow, we can leave it far behind. One more quiet conversation, one more street beneath the stars. Maybe all I'm really asking is don't go just yet. You look toward the empty road, then softly back at me again, like your heart had already answered before your smile stepped in. The city whispered all around us, like it knew what we both knew. Some questions never need an answer when the answer's standing next to you. Maybe love begins this way, not with fireworks above, but with one small invitation to borrow a little more time. Stay a little longer until the stars grow pale. Let's pretend this little evening is a story without an end. Nothing has to change tonight, nothing has to rush away. If forever starts somewhere, maybe it begins today. Years from now I'll still remember, not the words we chose that night, but how the silence held us gently like the fading evening light. Some promises aren't spoken, they're simply understood between two hearts, discovering that ordinary can be good. Stay a little longer, that's all I wanted to say. Not because I fear tomorrow, but because I love today. If every beautiful beginning starts with something small and true, then maybe this forever simply started next to you. The streets were just as quiet as they always used to be. The same old coffee corner, the same familiar trees. Nothing new had changed around us, every light was where it shone. Still somehow the whole world felt like somewhere I'd never known. Maybe places never change, maybe people simply do. Funny how the smallest moments can repaint your point of view. The way home felt different, walking next to you. Every ordinary sidewalk felt like something new. Nothing more was needed, nothing had to shine. Somehow every step we took felt perfectly in time. Someone laughed across the street, a bicycle rolled by slow. The evening carried little sounds I'd never stop to know. You reached up to fix your hair, the breeze refused to stay, and I caught myself still smiling long after you looked away. Maybe happiness is hidden in the places we ignore, waiting for the right person to open up the door. The way home felt different, like the sky had learned our names. Even every passing window seemed to glow a little changed. Not because the city changed, or because the stars were bright, but because I wasn't walking through this evening by myself. Years may gently take away the details from this road, but I'll remember how my heart felt lighter than before. Some memories stay forever, not for what they say or do, but because they quietly begin the moment shared with you. The way home felt different, and maybe always will. Some roads never leave your heart long after they've grown still. If tomorrow looks the same, I'll still know this much is true. Home became a warmer place the day I walked with you. We wandered through the little streets without a map or anywhere to be. Stopped to watch a window full of books. You laughed and read the titles back to me. A tiny cafe by the corner played an old familiar tune. Nothing seemed remarkable, yet everything quietly bloomed. No grand adventures awaited there, no perfect plans to chase. Some days become forgettable by simply taking place. Nothing extraordinary today, just your hand close next to mine. Coffee rings upon the table and losing all sense of time. If someone asked what made it special, I wouldn't know what to say. Maybe that's what happiness is. Nothing extraordinary today. The evening painted quiet colors across the rooftops and the sky. You pointed out a little bird that neither of us could identify. We bought 2 drinks from the little store, shared 1 bag of tangerines. Funny how the smallest moments become the biggest memories. Maybe joy is never noisy, maybe it arrives this way, hidden in the ordinary, waiting inside every day. Nothing extraordinary today, still my heart remembers all. The way you smiled without a reason, the sunlight on the garden wall. Every little passing second found a place it wants to stay. Somehow I'll remember forever. Nothing extraordinary today. If tomorrow looks exactly like today has always been, I don't think I'd ask for anything to be different than it's been. Because ordinary moments often leave the deepest slightest trace. Long after extraordinary things have quietly faded away. Nothing extraordinary today, yet everything somehow has changed. Because I finally understood love doesn't always arrive in waves. Sometimes it walks beside you on the most familiar street, turning an ordinary Tuesday into something bittersweet. I walked the same familiar street where we once wandered without plans. The little cafe by the corner still had the chalkboard by its stand. Someone laughed beside the window, just the way we used to do. Funny how a place remembers even when it isn't you. Back then I thought tomorrow would always look the same. I never knew the ordinary would become my favorite place. I didn't know I missed those days while they were passing by. I thought they were just ordinary pieces of my life. Now every little memory feels brighter than it seemed. The days I almost overlooked became the ones I keep. Coffee scents, the tree still danced above the road. Everything was just as always, yet somehow everything had grown. I smiled before I realized exactly what had changed. It wasn't all the places, it was who I'd been with each day. Maybe time is always teaching lessons far too late, showing us that simple moments carry the greatest way. I didn't know I missed those days, the laughter in the afternoon, watching sunlight cross the table, listening to quiet tunes. Nothing asked to be remembered, nothing tried to leave a mark, yet somehow all those little moments still light up my heart. If I could whisper to my younger self, I'd tell him not to rush ahead, to look a little longer at the life already being lived. Because forever isn't built from perfect days alone, it's hidden in the ordinary we rarely call our own. I didn't know I missed those days until they gently slipped away. Now I carry every little scene with gratitude each day. Maybe that's what love becomes when seasons quietly move through. Not something that disappears, but something that stays with you. Morning found the window open, sunlight resting on the floor. Everything looked just the same, yet somehow I noticed more. The kettle softly started singing like it always used to do. Funny how familiar mornings can begin brand new. Nothing changed about this day except the way I see. Sometimes all the world is waiting for is a different memory. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, not because I know the way, but because Because I've learned that ordinary can become my favorite place. Every sunrise holds a story, every breeze can carry hope. Life was always quietly enough, I just didn't know. Someone waved across the street. Children laughed outside the store. Little moments passed like whispers I never stopped for before. A bicycle rolled slowly by, clouds drifted overhead. The world had always looked this kind, I was simply looking ahead. Maybe joy has always lived here, hidden in the smallest things, waiting for an open heart to notice what they bring. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, like another page to read. Not because it's full of answers, but because it's full of dreams. Every ordinary heartbeat, every quiet afternoon now feels like a gift that arrived too soon. If I ever start forgetting how precious simple days can be, I'll return to little moments that first opened up my eyes to see the world was never asking me to search for something new. It was only asking gently to see what I'd been living through. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, and every day beyond, because love has taught my restless heart that I already belong. I'll carry every ordinary moment like the sunlight carries blue, and smile before tomorrow starts, because tomorrow looks beautiful too. Morning found you once again, walking down familiar streets. The baker waved, the traffic hummed, life moved with its quiet beat. Nothing asked to be remembered, nothing begged to last forever. Still I held each passing moment like a handwritten little letter. Maybe time was never rushing, maybe I was moving fast. Now I stop to watch the sunlight dance across the window glass. Every ordinary day has a story of its own, hidden in the little moments we once hurried past alone. Every smile, every season, every road we wander through, life was always full of wonder, waiting to be noticed too. Children running through the park, someone reading by the lake, coffee cooling on a table, birds awake before the day breaks. Nothing here is extraordinary, that's exactly why it's true. The most beautiful chapters are the ones we quietly live through. If tomorrow looks familiar, I'll still welcome every dawn, because happiness was never missing, I just hadn't seen it all along. Every ordinary day carries something soft and bright, tiny miracles unfolding in the middle of our lives. You don't need a perfect ending, a perfect view. Sometimes all you'll ever need is one more ordinary afternoon. One day we'll all look backward, searching through the years we've known. And maybe what we'll treasure most won't be the places we have flown. It will be the quiet mornings, the laughter without a plan, the hand we almost didn't hold, the life we chose to understand. Every ordinary day now feels extraordinary too. Not because the world has changed, but because I learned to look anew. If this story leaves one promise, let it simply be this way. The days we call ordinary are often the ones we'll miss someday. Morning found us by the window side, coffee cups between our hands. Nothing special filled the air, still it felt like something planned. People came and people left, while the hours slipped away. Funny how an ordinary room could make the world feel far away. Maybe it was how you smiled without trying to at all. Maybe it was something small that made the morning feel so full. Before the coffee got cold, we forgot to watch the time. Every little word you said stayed somewhere inside my mind. Nothing had to happen here, nothing needed to be told. Funny how a life can change before the coffee got cold. Sunlight slowly crossed the floor, finding places we had been. You were talking about your day, like I'd always listened in. Outside buses came and went, people hurried through the rain. But inside this little place, everything felt slow again. Maybe years from now I'll pass this quiet little street, and somehow I'll still remember how that morning sounded sweet before the coffee got cold. Everything felt calm and new. Looking back, I think that day quietly began with you. Nothing had to be forever, nothing had to be controlled. Some memories begin so softly before the coffee got cold. The city moved around us slow, like it knew we'd lost the time. Every corner, every street somehow felt like yours and mine. You were laughing at a story I'd already heard before. Funny how it sounded different hearing it once more. The sun leaned low across the road, painting everything in gold. Nobody was calling us, nowhere else to go. The afternoon stayed with us long after it was gone, like the echo of a song you keep quietly holding on. We never tried to make the moment something more. Still somehow I knew I'd remember it for sure. We stopped beside a little shop just to look around inside. Didn't buy a single thing, still I'm glad we stepped inside. Every little ordinary thing felt brighter than before. Maybe happiness is hiding in moments we ignore. If tomorrow comes too quickly, let's pretend it doesn't know how beautiful today became by simply moving slow. The afternoon stayed with us even after daylight flew. Sometimes all a memory needs is one quiet day with you. We weren't talking very much, just letting footsteps fill the air. Leaves were dancing down the street, like they knew that we were there. You looked up to watch the sky as the evening turned to gold. And somehow that simple moment felt too beautiful to hold. Nothing happened all at once, nothing loud or out of place, just a quiet little feeling written softly on your face. You looked up and everything changed. Not the world, just the way I saw it. The light was always there, I just never knew it would look this warm, standing next to you. Cars kept passing, people smiled, someone played a song nearby. Funny how an ordinary day can quietly redefine your life. You looked up and everything changed. Not because the sky was new, but because I was with you. Some stories never start with fireworks above. Sometimes all it takes is looking up. The station wasn't very loud, just footsteps fading one by one. You drew little circles on the bench while laughing at the setting sun. A train arrived and left again. People disappeared from view. Funny how I never cared as long as I was there with you. Maybe time was being kind, maybe evening knew our names, holding on to little moments before they slipped away. Let's miss the next train, just this once tonight. The world can keep on moving, we'll be here a while. Nothing needs explaining, nothing has to change. Maybe all we really need is one more moment to remain. The lights began to softly glow across the quiet platform floor. Look somewhere beyond the tracks, like you'd been there before. The breeze carried a distant song somewhere underneath the sky, and somehow every passing second made me wanna stay a little. No promises between us, no perfect words to find, only quiet little seconds turning into something kind. Let's miss the next train, if only for the night. Some memories are written without a reason why. Nothing has to happen, nothing needs a name. Maybe this is how forever finds us for a day. Years from now I might forget which station this had been, but I remember how you smiled when the evening settled in. Some places stay inside your heart long after you have gone, not because they're beautiful, but because of who was there. Let's miss the next train, the night can wait for us. Some stories never ask to be more than they are. If tomorrow comes too quickly, I'll still be grateful then for the quiet little miracle of missing one more train. The rain arrived without a sound, just tiny circles on the street. You opened up your little umbrella and walked a little close to me. Cars rolled slowly through the lights, people hurried to get home. But somehow in that gentle rain I'd never felt less big lines. Some conversations happen best without a single word. Sometimes the quiet between our words said more than we could say. Like the rain knew how to write everything we couldn't explain. Nothing felt unfinished, nothing felt too far. Sometimes love begins inside the quiet that we are. You smile while watching little drops race each other down the glass, then looked at me for just a second, like you hoped the day would last. The world kept spinning all around without asking where we'd be. Funny how a rainy afternoon could feel like destiny. If every memory has a sound, maybe ours would simply be raindrops falling softly, keeping perfect company. The quiet between our words stayed long after we were gone, like a melody still playing after all the music's done. Nothing had to promise, nothing had to prove. Some hearts slowly find each other in the spaces that they leave. Years may blur the streets we walked or every cafe that we knew, but I remember how the rain made the whole world fade to you. Some days don't become important until they're far behind. Then suddenly you realize they changed your life with time. The quiet between our words still echoes in my mind, like a photograph developing one gentle shade at a time. If I ever lose my way, I'll think back to that afternoon where silence wasn't empty, it was simply filled with you. The traffic light turned softly green. People crossed without a sound. We walked beside each other slow as autumn leaves fell to the ground. You brushed your hair behind your ear. The wind was playing with the trees. Nothing in the world stood still except the beating inside me. Maybe it was accidental, maybe it was meant to be. Funny how the smallest moments can become eternity. When our hands found each other for a heartbeat in the crowd, no one else could ever hear how my quiet world got loud. Nothing really happened, nothing anyone could see, but everything was different from that tiny touch to me. You kept talking like before, like nothing new had come along, while I was trying not to smile, listening to every word. The evening wrapped around the streets, golden lights began to glow. Funny how 1 second changed everything I'd come to know. Some feelings never asked permission, they simply find a place to stay, like sunlight reaching through a window at the ending of the day. When our hands found each other, everything became so clear. Not because you held on tightly, just because you were waiting for a quiet night to come back into your life. When our hands found each other, time forgot to move along. Some moments never leave your heart, even after they are gone. If I close my eyes tomorrow, I'll still find that little scene where the smallest touch became the biggest change in me. The river carried shades of gold as daylight slowly slipped away. The city softened all around like it had nothing left to say. We walked without a destination, following the fading light, holding on to little moments before they disappeared from sight. Maybe every beautiful thing knows exactly when to leave. That's what makes us treasure it more than we can ever speak. I wish this evening would stay just a little longer now, like a song that isn't ready for its final verse somehow. The sky is slowly changing, but I'm not ready yet. Some moments feel too precious to become lights flickered one by one along the quiet riverside. You pointed at the distant stars beginning to arrive. The air grew cool around our hands, the world became serene, and every passing second felt too beautiful to leave. Maybe happiness is simply this, not wanting time to run, watching ordinary moments turn into beloved ones. I wish this evening would stay, like the glow upon your face, like the reflection on the water, drifting softly into place. Nothing lasts forever, I know that's always true, but tonight I wish the world would pause itself for you. One day this will be a story told by photographs and light, but stories have to start somewhere. Maybe they begin tonight, not with grand declarations or promises we make, just two people hoping evening might take a little longer to fade. I wish this evening would stay, though I know it cannot do. That's the funny thing about beauty, it keeps moving through. Still I'll carry every color of this quiet summer sky, and the way you made an ordinary night feel impossible goodbye. The streets were almost empty now. The shops were closing one by one. We kept talking as we walked, like we weren't ready to be done. The air was cool, the night was clear, the city glowing soft and blue. And every time I looked away, I somehow looked right back at you. Maybe it was in your smile, maybe in the way you stayed, long after there was any reason to keep walking anyway. You knew, didn't you, the way my heart would change every time you turned around and said my name. I never found the words, but maybe I didn't need to, 'cause every quiet moment was already speaking for me. A bus went by, the lights moved on, the world kept following its plans, while we kept finding little reasons not to say goodnight just yet. You pointed at a window light high above the avenue, and I remember thinking then how easy it felt being with you. Some feelings don't arrive all at once, they settle in like evening rain, until one day you realize nothing feels the same. You knew, didn't you, before I understood it too, before the pieces slowly found the shape of something true. I never made a promise, I never drew a line, but somehow every step that night brought your world close to mine. What changed that day? I wouldn't know what I should say. No fireworks, no grand surprise, just your reflection in my eyes. Maybe that's the way it happens, maybe that's the way it's meant to be. The biggest moments in our lives often arrive quietly. You knew, didn't you, the answer hiding in plain sight, somewhere between our laughter and walking home that night. No confession was required, no perfect timing to pursue, because before I ever said it, I think you knew. Your apartment lights were glowing just beyond the little trees. We had walked the whole way slowly, like we were afraid to leave. The night had settled all around us, the city finally growing still, and every second felt suspended between a maybe and a will. I knew the moment wouldn't wait forever, I knew the silence couldn't last. Sometimes your future stands before you, disguised as something small and fast. Before I said anything, before the words could find the air, there was a heartbeat in the quiet and a feeling everywhere. The world was holding its breath, the moon hung low above the street. Before I said anything, you were already looking back at me. You tucked your hands into your jacket, smiled and looked down for a while, like you were listening to a question neither of us could reconcile. A car rolled slowly past the corner and disappeared into the dark, and all at once I understood some moments only ask for heart. Maybe courage isn't shouting, maybe it arrives this way, standing in an ordinary moment, choosing not to walk away. Before I said anything, the answer lingered in your eyes, like a story nearing its ending. Before the final line arrives, no fireworks or sky, just two people finding bravery in a quiet goodbye. Years from now I may remember the streetlight shining on your face, the cool night air between us, and how the world seemed to slow its pace. Not because everything was perfect, not because we knew the end, but because for one small moment fear and hope became best friends. Before I said anything, before tomorrow could begin, there was a beautiful uncertainty waiting underneath my skin. And if I had to live that evening 1,000 times again, I'd still stay there beside you before I said anything. The porch light painted golden lines across the quiet evening there. You smiled and said it's getting late, but neither of us moved from there. The wind grew softer through the trees, the night wrapped gently around the town. Funny how the smallest pause could slow the whole world down. There were thousands of perfect words I could never seem to find, so I held on to the simplest one that had been living on my mind. Stay a little longer if the night doesn't mind. We don't have to chase tomorrow, we can leave it far behind. One more quiet conversation, one more street beneath the stars. Maybe all I'm really asking is don't go just yet. You look toward the empty road, then softly back at me again, like your heart had already answered before your smile stepped in. The city whispered all around us, like it knew what we both knew. Some questions never need an answer when the answer's standing next to you. Maybe love begins this way, not with fireworks above, but with one small invitation to borrow a little more time. Stay a little longer until the stars grow pale. Let's pretend this little evening is a story without an end. Nothing has to change tonight, nothing has to rush away. If forever starts somewhere, maybe it begins today. Years from now I'll still remember, not the words we chose that night, but how the silence held us gently like the fading evening light. Some promises aren't spoken, they're simply understood between two hearts, discovering that ordinary can be good. Stay a little longer, that's all I wanted to say. Not because I fear tomorrow, but because I love today. If every beautiful beginning starts with something small and true, then maybe this forever simply started next to you. The streets were just as quiet as they always used to be. The same old coffee corner, the same familiar trees. Nothing new had changed around us, Every light was where it shone. Still somehow the whole world felt like somewhere I'd never known. Maybe places never change, maybe people simply do. Funny how the smallest moments can repaint your point of view. The way home felt different, walking next to you. Every ordinary sidewalk felt like something new. Nothing more was needed, nothing had to shine. Somehow every step we took felt perfectly in time. Someone laughed across the street, a bicycle rolled by slow. The evening carried little sounds I'd never stop to know. You reached up to fix your hair, the breeze refused to stay, and I caught myself still smiling long after you looked away. Maybe happiness is hidden in the places we ignore, waiting for the right person to open up the door. The way home felt different, like the sky had learned our names. Even every passing window seemed to glow a little changed. Not because the city changed, or because the stars were bright, but because I wasn't walking through this evening by myself. Years may gently take away the details from this road, but I'll remember how my heart felt lighter than before. Some memories stay forever, not for what they say or do, but because they quietly begin the moment shared with you. The way home felt different, and maybe always will. Some roads never leave your heart long after they've grown still. If tomorrow looks the same, I'll still know this much is true. Home became a warmer place the day I walked with you. We wandered through the little streets without a map or anywhere to be. Stopped to watch a window full of books. You laughed and read the titles back to me. A tiny cafe by the corner played an old familiar tune. Nothing seemed remarkable, yet everything quietly bloomed. No grand adventures awaited there, no perfect plans to chase. Some days become forgettable by simply taking place. Nothing extraordinary today, just your hand close next to mine. Coffee rings upon the table and losing all sense of time. If someone asked what made it special, I wouldn't know what to say. Maybe that's what happiness is. Nothing extraordinary today. The evening painted quiet colors across the rooftops and the sky. You pointed out a little bird that neither of us could identify. We bought 2 drinks from the little store, shared 1 bag of tangerines. Funny how the smallest moments become the biggest memories. Maybe joy is never noisy, maybe it arrives this way, hidden in the ordinary, waiting inside every day. Nothing extraordinary today. Still my heart remembers all the way you smiled without a reason, the sunlight on the garden wall. Every little passing second found a place it wants to stay. Somehow I'll remember forever. Nothing extraordinary today. If tomorrow looks exactly like today has always been, I don't think I'd ask for anything to be different than it's been. Because ordinary moments often leave the deepest trace long after extraordinary things have quietly faded away. Nothing extraordinary today, yet everything somehow has changed. Because I finally understood love doesn't always arrive in waves. Sometimes it walks beside you on the most familiar street, turning an ordinary Tuesday into something bittersweet. I walk the same familiar street where we once wandered without plans. The little cafe by the corner still had the chalkboard by its stand. Someone laughed beside the window, just the way we used to do. Funny how a place remembers even when it isn't you. Back then I thought tomorrow would always look the same. I never knew the ordinary would become my favorite place. I didn't know I missed those days while they were passing by. I thought they were just ordinary pieces of my life. Now every little memory feels brighter than it seemed. The days I almost overlooked became the ones I keep. Coffee scents, the tree still danced above the road. Everything was just as always, yet somehow everything had grown. I smiled before I realized exactly what had changed. It wasn't all the places, it was who I'd been with each day. Maybe time is always teaching lessons far too late, showing us that simple moments carry the greatest way. I didn't know I missed those days, the laughter in the afternoon, watching sunlight cross the table, listening to quiet tunes. Nothing has to be remembered, nothing tried to leave a mark, yet somehow all those little moments still light up my heart. If I could whisper to my younger self, I'd tell him not to rush ahead, to look a little longer at the life already being lived. Because forever isn't built from perfect days alone, it's hidden in the ordinary we rarely call our own. I didn't know I missed those days until they gently slipped away. Now I carry every little scene with gratitude each day. Maybe that's what love becomes when seasons quietly move through. Not something that disappears, but something that stays with you. Morning found the window open, sunlight resting on the floor. Everything looked just the same, yet somehow I noticed more. The kettle softly started singing, like it always used to do. Funny how familiar mornings can begin brand new. Nothing changed about this day except the way I see. Sometimes all the world is waiting for is a different memory. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, not because I know the way, but because I've learned that ordinary can become my favorite place. Every sunrise holds a story, every breeze can carry hope. Life was always quietly enough, I just didn't know. Someone waved across the street. Children laughed outside the store. Little moments passed like whispers I never stopped for before. A bicycle rolled slowly by, clouds drifted overhead. The world had always looked this kind, I was simply looking ahead. Maybe joy has always lived here, hidden in the smallest things, waiting for an open heart to notice what they bring. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, like another page to read. Not because it's full of answers, but because it's full of dreams. Every ordinary heartbeat, every quiet afternoon now feels like a gift that arrived too soon. If I ever start forgetting how precious simple days can be, I'll return to little moments that first opened up my eyes to see. The world was never asking me to search for something new. It was only asking gently to see what I'd been living through. Tomorrow looks beautiful too, and every day beyond, because love has taught my restless heart that I already belong. I'll carry every ordinary moment like the sunlight carries blue, and smile before tomorrow starts, because tomorrow looks beautiful too. Morning found me once again, walking down familiar streets. The baker waved, the traffic hummed, life moved with its quiet beat. Nothing asked to be remembered, nothing begged to last forever. Still I held each passing moment like a handwritten little letter. Maybe time was never rushing, maybe I was moving fast. Now I stop to watch the sunlight dance across the window glass. Every ordinary day has a story of its own, hidden in the little moments we once hurried past alone. Every smile, every season, every road we wandered through, life was always full of wonder, waiting to be noticed too. on a table, birds awake before the day breaks. Nothing here is extraordinary, that's exactly why it's true. The most beautiful chapters are the ones we quietly live through. If tomorrow looks familiar, I'll still welcome every dawn, because happiness was never missing, I just hadn't seen it all along. Every ordinary day carries something soft and bright, tiny miracles unfolding in the middle of our lives. You don't need a perfect ending, you don't need a perfect view. Sometimes all you'll ever need is one more ordinary afternoon. One day we'll all look backward, searching through the years we've known, and maybe what we'll treasure most won't be the places we have flown. It will be the quiet mornings, the laughter without a plan, the hand we almost didn't hold, the life we chose to understand. Every ordinary day now feels extraordinary too. Not because the world has changed, but because I learned to look anew. If this story leaves one promise, let it simply be this way. The days we call ordinary